Hello everyone, welcome back. It's still Miss Borum and we're here to read a little bit more of the Hodgeheg for Destination Reader Lesson today. Remember that the keywords are in red and these words will help you with your learning today. Any questions for you to answer are in blue and I will be asking you to do a little bit of writing today, just like every other day. So before we begin, make sure that you have a copy of the Hodgeheg, a strategy prompt sheet, a pencil and a piece of paper or your home learning book to do your writing. Go and get those things together and then come back and press play when you're ready to begin. Press pause now. The Hodgeheg by Dick King-Smith. Let's go. So, just like yesterday, we will continue with strategy number 3, which is inference. Now remember, inference means to read between the lines, to look for clues. So today you're going to be detectives. Before we start reading, there are some words that I think you need to know. The first word is the word snout. My turn, snout. Your turn. My turn, snout. Your turn. A snout is the nose and the mouth of an animal that sticks out, like a hedgehog's snout, or a fox's snout, or a dog's snout. Cats don't have snouts. Their faces are quite flat. So a snout is a nose and a mouth of an animal that sticks out. The next word is scuttled. My turn, scuttled. Your turn. My turn, scuttled. Your turn. Now the word scuttle means to move quickly with small, short steps. Have a go now. Can you scuttle? Small, short steps. And the third word that I think you need to know is the word conclusion. My turn, conclusion. Your turn. My turn, conclusion. Your turn. Now remember, a conclusion is the final part of something. It's the end of something. Okay. Now, just like yesterday, we are going to be looking at 1 mark and 2 mark answers. So you need to look really carefully at each question to find out how many marks it is worth. Let's recap how to answer 1 mark and 2 mark questions. Now remember, 1 mark questions need a short, snappy answer. My turn. 1 mark questions need a short, snappy answer. Your turn. Now with the actions. My turn. 1 mark questions need a short, snappy answer. Your turn. Wonderful. Now before I move on to the next slide, can you remember what a 2 mark question needs? Say your answer out loud. A 2 mark question needs a... Did you get it? A PE answer. My turn. A 2 mark question needs a PE answer. Your turn. That's right. A PE answer. We make our point, our idea, and then we back it up with some evidence. Okay, let's begin reading. We are on page 40 and we're towards the bottom of page 40 and the sentence begins, for the next few hours. Press pause whilst you find the correct part of the story and then press play when you're ready to start again. Page 40 and the sentence begins, for the next few hours. Press pause now. Well done, everybody. Okay, fingers at the ready or your rulers if you have one. I'll read and you follow along and we'll stop to ask some questions. For the next few hours, he trotted busily about the park, shoving his snout into everything. Oh yeah, Max is in the park, isn't he? Like most children, he was not only nosy, but noisy too. And at the sound of his coming, the mice scuttled under the bandstand. The snakes slid away through the ornamental gardens, and the frogs plopped into the safe depths of the lily pond. I've got a question. Why did the mice and snakes and the frogs hide or scuttle away when Max came near? Have a look at the question. How many marks is it worth? 1 mark. Well done. So we need a short, snappy answer. I want you to say your answer out loud, then write it down. Once you've finished, press play again. Why did the mice and snakes hide when Max came near? Press pause now. Well done, everyone. The mice and snakes hid because they thought Max was going to eat them. There's my short, snappy answer. They thought Max was going to eat them. Tick the answer if you got it right, or fix it if it needs a bit of work. Okay, let's keep reading. We are at the bottom of the page with the frogs jumping into the pond. Page 41. Max caught nothing. At last, he began to feel tired and to think how nice it would be to go home to bed. But which way was home? Max considered this and came to the unhappy conclusion that he was lost. Just then, he saw, not far away, a hedgehog crossing the path. A large hedgehog. A Pa-sized hedgehog. What luck! Pa had crossed the street to find him. He ran forward, but when he reached the animal, he found it was a complete stranger. I've got another question for you. I want to know, how did Max feel when he thought he saw Pa in the park? How many marks is this question worth? 2. Well done. Now I'm going to go first. Listen whilst I think aloud. I think, there's my point. I think Max felt pleased. Now I'm going to back it up with some evidence. I think Max felt pleased because he was lost and needed help. He also says he ran forwards, which means he was excited to see Pa. Okay, now it's your turn. How did Max feel when he thought he saw Pa in the park? I want you to say your answer out loud and then write it down. Press play again when you're ready to carry on. Press pause now. Okay, let's keep reading. We're partway down page 42 and the sentence begins, "Oh," said Max, "I beg your pardon." Can you find that part? Press pause if you need some time. "Oh," said Max, "I beg your pardon," and then press play again when you're ready to carry on. Press pause now. Okay, everyone, well done. You found the right place. Here we go. "Oh," said Max, "I beg your pardon. I thought you were a different Hodgeheg." The stranger looked curiously at him. "Are you feeling all right?" he said. "Yes, thanks," said Max. "Trouble is, I go to want home, but I won't know the day." "You mean you don't know the way?" "Yes." "Well, where do you live?" asked the strange hedgehog. "Number 5A. "Indeed? Well now, listen carefully, young fellow. Go up this path. It will take you back to the street, And a little way along, you'll see a strange sort of house that humans use. It's a tall house, just big enough for one human to stand up in. And it has windows on 3 sides and it's bright red. If you cross there, you'll fetch up right by your own front gate. Okay? K.O., said Max. And thanks. As soon as he was through the park railings, he saw the tall red house. He trotted up close to it. It was lit up, and sure enough, there was a human inside it. He was holding something to his ear, and Max could see that his lips were moving. How odd, thought Max, moving very close now. He's standing in there talking to himself. At that instant, the man put down the receiver and pushed open the door of the telephone booth. A door designed to clear the pavement by about an inch. The perfect height for giving an inquisitive young hedgehog, for the second time in his short life, a tremendous bang on the head. Oh no! Poor Max has just been hit on the head by the telephone door. Oh, I've got a question for you. The hedgehog that Max met in the park was a kind hedgehog. That should say kind, not king. Silly Miss Borum. Was a kind hedgehog. Do you agree? Do you think the hedgehog in the park was kind? Say your answer out loud. Then write your answer down in your book or on your piece of paper. Press play when you're ready to carry on. Press pause now. Okay, let's see what I think. The hedgehog Max met in the park was a kind hedgehog. Do you agree? I think the hedgehog was a kind hedgehog because he helps Max find his way home. And he tells Max to listen carefully to make sure that Max hears the instructions correctly. Can you see I would get 2 marks because I've got my point? I think the hedgehog was a kind hedgehog. And then I've got my evidence because, and I've even taken some words from the story to support my idea. Have a look at your answer. Do you make a point and do you back it up with some evidence? If you do, you get 2 marks. Well done. Now tomorrow we will continue reading the Hodgeheg and we will carry on making inferences. On your piece of paper or in your home learning book, you can make predictions about what you think will happen next in our story. Do you think Max is okay after the bump to the head? Well done, everyone. Very proud of you for concentrating so well during our lessons. I will see you or talk to you again tomorrow. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.